RPGs are one of my absolute favorite genres. Okay, they're kind of my favorite genre to play outside of MMORPGs, but that still ties in the RPG part of it. Everything from the fantastic stories to the brilliant combat mechanics, the dopamine hits from leveling up and adding skills, and taking on challenging bosses while making decisions that have consequences. They're just freaking fantastic. Until they fucking aren't and they become absolute nightmares. Imagine, just imagine with me that you're delving deep into a dungeon in your new favorite RPG. You've just been wrecked by an emotional moment. Your party is struggling after a series of long, epic battles, but you're almost to the end of the level. You open the final door, and there's a chest. It sparkles and invites you in. Of course, you're a bit wary because, well, it could be a mimic. It could always be a mimic. So, carefully, you open up the chest to reveal gold, weapons, armor, your long-awaited reward. Sure, I mean, it's sad that you can't share it with the party members you lost along the way, but you have it now. You reach in and you grab it, only to find that...
Inventory full.
Balls. You dump some of your gear, including the one greater health potion you've been holding on to for this whole time, because surely you might need it for the boss fight. But this is more important. I mean, just look at this.
Encumbered.
Okay, well, what else can I get rid of? Let's see. Ah! Oh my god, no, please. I just got the loot. Not now. RPGs are great, but that doesn't mean that they don't have parts that make you pull your hair out, and these might very well be the worst of them. Some of the most annoying RPG mechanics. Number one, of course, has to be inventory management. Whether it's the grid design of old Diablo games that become the standard for ARPGs, or inventories with weight limits that leave you constantly managing all that bullshit you looted but you really didn't mean to loot. But you're a straight up loot whore because maybe you just might need it later, but you definitely won't need it later, but just maybe you will. It's one of those things that really came to a head when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 and I switched from a strength-heavy class to a teensy armed warlock. The encumbrance messages alone haunt me. Loot some camp supplies, encumbered. Loot some armor, encumbered. Loot the body of your fallen enemies, encumbered. And that one's probably one of our worst ones. It's definitely up there. But what about our second one? Actually, you know what? Some people might not like that I put this one on this list. Consumables. It goes hand in hand with inventory management because consumables are either always too prevalent or too rare, whether we're talking about potions, arrows, or just things that you use one time and then it's gone. They may have become such a big part of your rotation that you're micromanaging them and using them constantly, filling up your inventory. But that tends to be more rare in RPGs. What you're more likely to encounter is the dreaded potion so good and so rare, you should save it for the boss fight, because you'll need it. And if you use it now, you'll be really mad later when you needed it more. So you have to hold on to it. And you just keep holding it forever. It becomes part of you. It is you. You are the potion. You are now common law married with the potion. I don't make the rules, Larian does. This is the BG3 DLC we've always been waiting for. You get to romance your health potion that you kept since level 1. Congratulations. Fuck, I need to get out more. Now, as we get to our third point here, our third annoying mechanic, this one actually might be the most controversial on this list. Add-on crafting. When I say add-on crafting, I don't mean all crafting. I'm not talking about Legend of Mana. There have been RPGs that have done it very well, but many RPGs seem to tack it on as a means to fill your inventory with needless crap in order to make endless consumables. It usually consists of a simple interface that you use to combine two items with a single click. And while crafting doesn't need to be complex or require an Excel spreadsheet to be worthwhile, it should at least have a solid purpose within the world, if it's going to be added. It should feel like part of the world, not a UI element they added at the last minute. Being able to craft weapons and equipment, modify or even experiment and create new things by combining things is a way to spice up with something that is often very simplistic. Like crafting, get elf fruit, combine elf fruit, get health potion, use health potion, get more elf fruit, use more elf fruit, combine, get potion. It's just like inventory management and consumables with extra steps in a lot of games. But so before you leave, our fourth one, you will agree with me. I think pretty much everyone will agree with me. I think this might be the unifying mechanic. This is the one that we can all agree often is absolute crap and annoying. Escort missions. You may say that I'm putting this right here to get you back on my side in the video, and you'd be right. That is exactly why I'm doing it right here. I put these in this order on purpose. Escort missions are the bane of every RPG player's existence, and they have been for decades, and yet every RPG wants to include them, especially if they include the phrase open world. Open world and escort missions inevitably means you'll find the one NPC with zero self-awareness and a predilection toward finding themselves impaled on swords of bandits or in the jaws of wolves. They'll offer you a damn quest. Ironically, the B-roll I got for this part of this was a Witcher 3 quest, which actually may be the best damn escort quest tech because it treats you like a damn magnet. If you pause, they pause. If you speed up, they speed up. And at the end of it, just to really sweeten how this is and just to make you really appreciate what CD Projekt did with their escort mission, you can turn on your escort and hand them over to the bandits. Because even if it's done well, it's still a damn escort mission. To end it with our fourth one, it's another one that I think we can all agree on. One that, you know, is definitely not all that controversial. And it's traps.
Oh, we've avoided the trap.
We avoided it. Like, come on, this is just annoying. Like, how are you supposed to know, how are you supposed to see the giant boulder? And when it rolls down for the second time, it's obviously better to go to the left this time or the third time. And you know, like it's traps are just there because you think you're safe when actually no, screw it, you're not. You know what? No, it's just me. Traps are just, it's just because I suck. Okay, well, y'all are kind of mean, but fine, I'll give you another reason. Our actual fifth mechanic is actually going to be submitted by all of you because I ran a poll to see what you think is the most annoying thing in RPG mechanics, and over 2,000 of you responded. 31% of you said that inventory management was the most annoying mechanic. 7% of you said consumables, 11% of you said crafting, and nearly half of you, at 48%, said escort missions. But 3% of you had other ideas. Nick Rubin took issue with fetch quests. Fetch quests that are collect X objects that don't have any story or sub-story significance. Looking at you, Inquisition and Andromeda, and Evil Gumby agreed, adding, "Oh my god, no, I don't want to collect timber." Joker9in, and I'm going to choose not to investigate that name any further, had this to say: "The thing I find most annoying is unskippable dialogue or cutscenes, especially if they are put in front of tough boss fights." You know, the thing that they have in RPGs, I guess, where they like to add a little bit of insult to the injury. You know, every time that you fail at a boss, just, you know, repeat that unskippable dialogue over and over again. And Dardar3655 had a great point, something I've been experiencing a lot lately in Dragon's Dogma. If the protagonist goes down, game's over. You mean to tell me my party members can revive each other sun up to sun down, but I go down and I'm just dead forever? If your allies can res each other and you can res your allies, why can't your allies res you? I mean, after all, like 9 times out of 10, My companions are just straight up better at the game than I am, so it would be very helpful if they could be the hero and, you know, like just help me out of the Yamcha size hole that I put myself in. To wrap this video up, I want to give you some of my favorite comments that I found in that poll, and thank you everybody who submitted them because you had me grinning. The Tastiest Nacho, which is a bold as hell claim, said about escort quests. If the dude doesn't walk at my walk speed and doesn't run at my run speed, then why the hell am I here? I don't know, man. Shrink them into a letter, take them there by carrier pigeon. I, for one, think this is an excellent idea, and I think that every single RPG that wants to throw in an escort quest, they should at least have the ability to turn them into an escort pigeon. Preferably one that is a dapper pigeon. And this name has a lot of numbers in it, so I'm just going to call them 0 and say that they had a good point about being the main character who's seriously lacking in pocket space. Being able to hoard items, like some RPGs allow it and others don't. I'm the main character, the almighty being that saves the world. The fuck you mean I can't carry this? Let me hoard as many items as I want. The best part of this comment is how it reminded me of the last time my wife and I went shopping, and she was very perturbed, as she should be, with the complete and utter fucking lack of pockets in any of the cute dresses that she found. It's a crime. My name is Redwood Flynn. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoy making these kind of silly videos like this, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and let us know down in the comment section what is the most annoying RPG mechanic to you. Cheers.